In the video number 4, we have completed second colligative property, that is elevation of boiling point. In that elevation of boiling point, what are the points we have covered? First of all, we have seen the definition of boiling point. Then what is meant by elevation of boiling point, and finally we are arrived up to determination of molar mass of non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute using the elevation of boiling point. There we have stated that boiling point is the temperature at which vapor pressure exerted by liquid is equal to external pressure, that is equal to external pressure. And for open container, external pressure is nothing but the atmospheric pressure. Therefore, boiling point is defined as a temperature at which vapor pressure exerted by liquid is equal to the external atmospheric pressure. Then we have studied that whenever non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute is added to the solvent, the boiling point of solvent increases. It means that if we take the boiling point of pure solvent, it is less than that of the solution. Whenever the boiling point of pure solvent is measured and the boiling point of solution is measured, it is observed that the boiling point of solution is elevated, is greater than that of the boiling point of solvent, and therefore the difference between boiling point of solution and the boiling point of solvent, that difference is known as elevation of boiling point. Keep it in mind over here that it is a difference between boiling point of solution and solvent, not a solvent and solution. It is difference between boiling point of solution and solvent, because the boiling point of solution is greater than the solvent. And using that criteria, using the elevation of boiling point, finally we are arrived up to the determination of molar mass of solute, and that equation we have studied is nothing but the equation M2, molar mass of solute will equal to 1000 kb, then W2 divided by delta TB into W1. Over here we have studied that kb is known as ebullioscopic constant. It is the ebullioscopic constant, or also known as molal L, not R, not molarity, it is molality, small m. Molar elevation in boiling point constant. W2 is the mass of solute in gram, W1 is the mass of solvent in gram, and delta TB, this is known as elevation of boiling point. So using this equation we can calculate M2, where M2 is molar mass of solute. Keep it in mind over here that all the terms 2, that is H2, then M2, then W2 or N2, these are the terms used for solute, where H2 is mole fraction of solute, M2 is molar mass of solute, W2 is mass of solute, and N2 is number of moles of solute. On the other hand, for a solvent, the terms used are 1, that is X1, then M1, then it is W1 and N1. These are the terms used for solvent, where X1 is mole fraction of solvent, M1 is molar mass of solvent, W1 is mass of solvent, N1 is number of moles of the solvent. So this is what we have completed in our fourth video of the chapter solutions. And now we are starting with the third colligative property, that is a freezing point depression. Here also the same points, same sequence of points we have to study. First of all, over here we have to study what is meant by freezing point. Then we have to study what is meant by depression of freezing point. And finally, here also we have to see one expression for determination of molar mass of non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute. So let us start with the freezing point depression. What is meant by freezing point? Freezing point is the temperature at which vapor pressure of liquid is in equilibrium with vapor pressure of its own solid. म्हणजे हे असं टेम्परेचर आहे की ज्या टेम्परेचरला एखाद्या लिक्विडचं व्हेपर प्रेशर त्या लिक्विडच्या, त्याच सबस्टन्सच्या, त्याच कंपाऊंडच्या सॉलिड स्टेटमध्ये असतानाच्या व्हेपर प्रेशर बरोबर इक्विलिब्रियममध्ये असते. देर इज इक्विलिब्रियम इन बिटवीन लिक्विड फेज अँड सॉलिड फेज. द टेम्परेचर ॲट विच व्हेपर प्रेशर ऑफ लिक्विड इज इक्वल टू द व्हेपर प्रेशर ऑफ सॉलिड ऑफ दॅट ओन कंपाऊंड is known as freezing point of that compound. So it is a temperature where liquid is converted into solid. The temperature at which liquid just started or converted into the solid state is known as freezing point. Now what is meant by depression of freezing point? Depression means decrease. Depression is nothing but the decrease. So here this is opposite of elevation of boiling point. It is opposite of the elevation of boiling point. In elevation of boiling point, what we have studied? There we have seen that whenever non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute is added to the solvent, boiling point of the solvent increases. That is known as elevation of boiling point. And this depression is opposite of elevation of boiling point. It means that whenever we are adding non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute to the solvent, the freezing point of solvent decreases. There is decrease in freezing point of solvent take place. So if we consider the freezing point of solvent and freezing point of solution, it is observed that the freezing point of solvent is greater as compared with the freezing point of solution. In elevation of boiling point, it is opposite case. Boiling point of solution is greater than solvent. But in the depression of freezing point, here freezing point of solvent is greater as compared with the freezing point of solution. Now let us consider the freezing point of solvent and solution. Let us consider the freezing point of pure solvent will be equal to T0F and the freezing point of solution will be equal to T0S or T0. T0F is the freezing point of pure solvent and T0 is the freezing point of solution. So what we will get? We will get the difference between these two freezing points. How is the difference? Is it solvent minus solution or solution minus solvent over here? It is the solvent minus solution. Let us consider T0F is the freezing point of pure solvent and only TF, not T0, TF is the freezing point of solution. Here we have studied that there is depression of freezing point take place, means solute added to the solvent, freezing point of solvent decreases. As it decreases, therefore whether we have to take the difference of solvent minus solution or solution minus solvent, difference we have to take solvent minus solution, and that difference delta TF will be equal to T0F minus Tf, it is known as depression of freezing point. Here T0F is the freezing point of pure solvent and Tf is the freezing point of solution. Now here important question we have studied, whenever solute added to the solvent, boiling point elevation take place, increase in boiling point take place. But here freezing point is decreasing. Why freezing point decreases? That is the important question over here. Why a freezing point of solution is less as compared with the freezing point of solvent? See the diagram over here. Suppose in this beaker I have taken a pure solvent. How many molecules I have taken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in first row. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In each row I am taking 6 molecules. These are of pure solvent. Now whenever pure solvent is considered, you are observing that this difference between the neighboring molecules, they are close to each other. The distance between two solvent molecules is very less. They are close to each other. Therefore, forces of attraction between the neighboring solvent molecules are very strong. Forces of attraction are very strong because the distance among them is very less. Therefore, pure solvent will freeze. Pure solvent will freeze easily at a certain temperature. But if the solute is added, some of the solute molecules replaces solvent molecules. Now let us consider this is the solute molecule which is replacing the solvent molecule. Now for freezing point, what we have to consider? We have to consider this distance in between these two solvent molecules, and now the distance increases. Increase in distance results in decrease in force of attraction. As the force of attraction decreases because of increased distance, therefore this solution, now it is a solution, this solution will require the temperature still to be decreased in order to convert the solution to a solution from liquid state to the solid state. That is why the freezing point depression takes place. You got it? Why the freezing point of pure solvent is greater? Because in a pure solvent only there are the solvent molecules, and those solvent molecules are close to each other. Since the distance is very less, forces of attraction between them are very strong. Therefore, at certain temperature, pure solvent undergo freezing. But whenever non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute is added to the solvent, some solvent molecules are replaced by the solute molecule. So if this is the solute molecule, now this distance increases. The distance between neighboring solvent molecule increases, and as that distance increases, forces of attraction decreases. And with decrease in the force of attraction, the temperature required for converting liquid state to the solid state is less. Therefore, there is depression of freezing point take place whenever non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute is added to this solvent. And now, this fact, this depression of freezing point, we have to study in order to determine the molar mass of solute. For that purpose, let us see what is the consequence of vapor pressure of solution and vapor pressure of solvent in liquid state or solid state with respect to the freezing point. Now let us see that consequence. See over here. Whenever vapor pressure temperature curve is studied, let us plot a vapor pressure temperature curve for a solvent and solution. Vapor pressure increases in this manner and temperature increases in this manner. Now let us consider the comparison of vapor pressure. Comparison of vapor pressure of liquid and solid. If we consider the liquid, solid and gas, which state will have maximum vapor pressure? It is the gaseous phase. We know gas molecules are continuously present in a random motion. They exert a pressure on the wall of cylinder, on the wall of container. Therefore they will exert the maximum pressure, that is known as a vapor pressure of gas. Gases are having maximum vapor pressure. If we consider the solid state, the molecules are very close to each other, such that the distance between neighboring molecules cannot be measured easily. Therefore they will exert minimum or almost zero vapor pressure. And for liquids, it is intermediate state in between solid and gas. Liquid is the intermediate state. In the liquid phase, the distance between neighboring molecules is quite bigger, quite larger as compared with the solid state and less as compared with the gaseous phase. Therefore, liquids exert a moderate vapor pressure. Gases are having maximum vapor pressure, solids having minimum vapor pressure, and liquids will have moderate vapor pressure. So let us see their plot. Vapor pressure as a function of temperature for liquid and solid. If we consider this as a solvent in liquid state, solid state solvent. If this is the curve for liquid state pure solvent, let curve AB represents vapor pressure temperature curve. There it is the AB, this one. It is representing the vapor pressure temperature curve of pure solid solvent. CD, it is the vapor pressure temperature curve for a liquid solvent. This is for a solid solvent. Now, from these two graphs, you will easily come to know that vapor pressure of solid phase is minimum. It is less as compared with the vapor pressure of liquid phase. And the vapor pressure of solvent at any temperature is always greater as compared with the vapor pressure of a solution. So this is the vapor pressure temperature curve for a solution EF. So what is AB? AB is vapor pressure temperature curve of pure solid solvent. CD is the vapor pressure temperature curve of pure liquid solvent. And EF is the vapor pressure temperature curve for a solution where non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute is added to the same solvent taken in the curve CD. At any temperature, we know that always at any temperature, the vapor pressure of solution is less than solvent. Why the vapor pressure of solvent is greater than solution? That also we have studied in the first colligative property, that is lowering of vapor pressure. There we have studied the reason. What is the reason? The reason is that if we consider the pure solvent and solution, there is a difference. Because in a pure solvent, all the molecules at the surface of solvent are molecules of only pure solvent and they are volatile. But if we add certain solute to the solvent, at that time we are considering the non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute. Therefore, some of the molecules of solvent from the surface are replaced by the non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute. Therefore, number of molecules at the surface undergoing evaporation decreases in solution. Therefore, number of molecules decreases means vapor pressure also decreases, and hence vapor pressure of pure solvent is greater than the vapor pressure of solution. So it is there, CD for pure liquid solvent greater vapor pressure, EF solution less vapor pressure. AB is a pure solvent but in the solid state, and I have told you the comparison solid, liquid and gas. Solid has always minimum vapor pressure. Now this is the consequence of vapor pressure with the freezing point. How this is applicable? What happens? Now see the interpretation of this graph. How it is interpreted? How it can be read? याचं वाचन कसं करायचं, याचं रीडिंग कसं करायचं ते बघूया आता. At point B, curve AB and CD are intersecting each other. At point B, curve AB and CD are intersecting each other. Means what happens at point B? At point B, there is equilibrium between liquid solvent and solid solvent. At this point, there is equilibrium between liquid solvent and solid solvent at point B. It means that at this point, this is the corresponding temperature. Let us consider this temperature as T0F. At this temperature, this solid phase and liquid phase solvent are in equilibrium with each other, and at that time they exert a certain pressure, that is the equal vapor pressure. Vapor pressure of liquid solvent is equal to the vapor pressure of solid solvent, and at that time liquid solvent start converting into the solid state. It is the temperature T0F. Therefore, this temperature is known as freezing point. T0F is known as a freezing point of liquid solvent. At the same time, this is EF. EF is the curve of solution. Is this curve EF at temperature T0F is intersecting AB? No. Here at temperature T0F, only liquid solvent is intersecting the solid solvent curve, but liquid solution curve is not intersecting the solid solvent curve at this temperature. At this point, no intersection takes place. It means that T0F is the freezing point of only liquid solvent, not solution. But equidistant is point E. At point E, there is intersection of liquid solution with the solid solvent to take place. So at this temperature, let us consider this as a TEF. At this temperature, there is equilibrium between the solid solvent and a liquid solution. Here the vapor pressure is equal. There is equilibrium between vapor pressure of solid solvent and the vapor pressure of solution. So TF therefore is known as vapor pressure of solution. Freezing point of solution. And from this graph, it is clear that T0F is greater than TF. Temperature increases from left to right. Temperature increases. So from this graph, it is clear that T0F is greater as compared with the TF, and this difference between T0F and TF, delta TF will be equal to T0F minus TF. This difference is known as depression of freezing point. It is the depression of freezing point. You must have got it. From this consequence of vapor pressure as a function of temperature with the depression of freezing point. Now, how to calculate the molar mass of non-volatile, non-electrolyte solute? Here, same as that of the elevation of boiling point. Same expression, no change at all is there. Exactly parallel expression is there to determine the molar mass of non-volatile non-electrolyte solute. It is observed that delta T depression of freezing point is directly proportional to m. I am writing small m, not a capital M. आपण capital M लिहित नाही, आपण small m लिहितोय. capital M म्हणजे काय असतं? molarity. Molarity is number of moles of solute present per liter of solution. What is small m? Molality. See the difference. Small m is molality. This is what we are using. Molality is the number of moles of solute present per kilogram of solvent, not solution. Present per 1 kilogram, each kilogram of solvent. And this is the capital M, molarity. But this molarity we are not using. Why molarity is not used over here? Because we are using the system of different temperature. Solvent has one temperature, solution has another temperature, and molarity depends on temperature, because molarity, capital M, is a ratio of number of moles of solute upon volume. Volume and temperature are directly proportional to each other. With increasing temperature, volume also increases. With decreasing temperature, volume decreases. Therefore, molarity depends on temperature, and this type of term we cannot apply for the system where different temperature is used. But if we consider the molality, small m is a ratio of number of moles of solute to the mass of solvent in kilogram. In molarity, it is the volume. Volume depends on temperature, and mass is independent of temperature. Therefore, here the term molality is used because we are studying two temperature system. Therefore, delta T, that is depression of freezing point, is directly proportional to molality. Small m is used, capital M cannot be used, and this small m is used to calculate the molar mass of solute. Let us see over here. If we take certain proportionality constant delta Tf is equal to Kf into m. This Kf has different meanings. It is known as cryoscopic constant. Name of method, cryoscopy. The name of method is cryoscopy. Therefore, it is known as a cryoscopic constant. This is also known as proportionality constant. It is also known as molar depression constant or molar depression of freezing point constant. बघा मी इथे चार टर्म सांगितल्या. या Kf ला चार प्रकारे एक्सप्लेन करता येतं. चार प्रकारे त्याचं प्रोनाउन्सिएशन आहे. चार प्रकारे तो एक्सप्लेन करतात. त्याला एक क्रायोस्कोपिक कॉन्स्टंट म्हणायचं, त्याला प्रोपोर्शनॅलिटी कॉन्स्टंट म्हणायचं, त्याला डिप्रेशन ऑफ फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट कॉन्स्टंट म्हणायचं, किंवा त्याला मोलार डिप्रेशन कॉन्स्टंट असंही म्हटलं जाते. What is this Kf? Let us see over here. If the value of molarity is equal to 1, what is equation then? Delta Tf is equal to Kf. Therefore, cryoscopic constant Kf is defined as the depression of freezing point whenever 1 molar solution is used. Depression of freezing point is known as cryoscopic constant. Further, what is the unit of cryoscopic constant? From this equation, Kf is equal to delta Tf upon m. We know what is the unit of delta Tf. Delta Tf is the difference in temperature, that is Kelvin, divided by molality. Molality is nothing but number of moles of solute divided by mass of, it is the number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kilogram. Therefore, It is Kelvin. Kilogram per mole is the unit of cryoscopic constant. It is the unit of cryoscopic constant. And last one point, just a point of 2 to 3 minutes. Can I continue? Continue होईल ना? Just 3-4 मिनिटासाठी कंटिन्यू होऊ शकते इथं. एक मिनिटाचं घ्या. Molar mass determination. We know that in the elevation of boiling point, we have studied one expression. The same expression we can use over here also. Whenever W1 gram of solvent is containing W2 gram of solute, at the same time 1000 gram of solvent is containing how much gram of solute? X gram. So that X can be calculated doing the cross multiplication. X will be equal to 1000 W2 upon W1. This is the mass of solute present in 1000 gram of solvent. This factor is a mass of solute present in 1000 gram of the solvent. And if mass is divided by the molar mass, we will get the number of moles. So N2, number of moles of solute, is the mass of solute divided by molar mass. And what is the molar mass of solute we are using? That is termed as molality. So N2 is nothing but molality whenever this factor is divided by M2, and then it is the W1. This is known as molality because molality is the ratio of number of moles of solute present per 1000 gram of solvent, that is 1 kilogram of the solvent. It is the molality. Substituting in that equation, finally we know that delta TF will be equal to KF into M. Substituting this value in this equation, we will get the final equation delta TF is equal to KF into 1000 W2 divided by M2 into W1, and this equation can be written for M2 as final equation. M2 will be equal to delta TF. Sorry, we have to take M2 on left side. M2 जर आपण डाव्या बाजूला घेतला तर काय इक्वेशन येते बघा. M2 डाव्या बाजूला घेतला, डेल्टा TF उजव्या बाजूला खाली जाईल. So what is that final equation? M2 will be equal to 1000 KF W2 divided by delta TF W1. Using this equation we can calculate the molar mass of solute, which is the final aim of this colligative property.